Bonjour. Today I will be sharing my unit plan titled En Voyage. This unit was created for my EDTE660 course at Ball State University. This unit introduces travel vocabulary, grammar, and culture to advanced Level 3 French students. The goal is that when students travel abroad, they will be equipped with the knowledge they need to be successful. The driving question for the unit is, if you were to travel to France, what would you need to know? In this unit, students will use a constructivist approach to answer this question. Why is this unit needed? Over time, many foreign language teachers notice that students tend to easily forget vocabulary and grammar structures. They lack the communication skills to use spoken language to communicate with others. Students have not yet internalized the content because oftentimes they lack motivation. Also, cultural knowledge plays a large role in successful communication and travel. There is often a reality gap between what the students assume traveling abroad will be and what the experience actually is. The need for the content presented in this unit is extreme, particularly when many of the students intend to visit France on a school trip next summer. This unit is designed using the layers of necessity instructional design model. Notice that the layers become more complex as the content is layered from vocabulary all the way to conversational role play. The end goal of the unit is to equip students with the ability to successfully travel in a French-speaking country. The main objectives for this unit include asking for directions, reading signs, and navigating public transportation systems. This will be accomplished through the use of symbols, culture, and verbal and nonverbal language. This unit addresses many foreign language standards. The foreign language standards include 3.1.1, 3.1.2, 3.1.5, 3.2.1, and 3.4.1, most of which revolve around communication. The ISTE standards covered relate to communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and digital citizenship. Three important aspects that I considered when writing the unit are academic level. Most of the students are French 3. Socioeconomic status. Most of the students come from upper to higher middle class families. And motivation. The majority of the students plan to travel on next year's French trip. I also examined the learning context. This unit will be taught in a small rural district. The class is made up of mostly honor students who plan to travel and go to college. This unit is planned to take 20 days. The content is broken into 4 sections or layers. The first layer is days 1 through 5. On these days, vocab instruction will occur. Students will engage in identifying and visualizing the vocab words in authentic travel situations. In the next layer, students will continue using the vocab as they are introduced to the grammar rules. The conditional verb tense will be examined as well as la politesse. And the third layer is culture. Here, the students will be asked to examine, analyze, and discuss cultural norms and practices that should be respected and acknowledged when traveling. The fourth and last layer involves conversation. Here, role-play situations will require the students to use all of their travel knowledge in a meaningful way. Instructional strategies in this unit revolve greatly around the end goal and driving question. As a review, the driving question is, if you were to travel to France, what would you need to know? To complement instruction, I plan to use many varying methods of constructivism in which my students use technology to investigate and guide their learning. YouTube will be used a lot for digital media, whereas apps like Google Docs, Google Voice, and Google Classroom will be used for discussion boards, practice, and communication. Throughout the unit, there will be many types of assessment, both formal and informal. Students will practice role-play situations and be evaluated using the included rubric. Then, at the conclusion of the unit, a final assessment will take place. It will be a role-play situation in which the students must incorporate the vocab, grammar, and cultural knowledge. How do I intend to evaluate my evaluation? Using the ideals associated with the Kirkpatrick model, I will continually evaluate my unit throughout. I plan to use student surveys, one-on-one discussions, and other forms of student reflection to evaluate my unit. Bon voyage! Happy travels!